Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Stellaris. We're back, and we are, of course, the Vinlandic Colonies. As a brief overview of everything which is going on at the moment, we have got Jarl Mostathif Esquire in charge at the moment. We are, of course, the Norse people, with our Alpine preference, natural engineers, and we are nomadic, which means we'll be moving around a bit more. The governing ethics of the Vinlandic Colonies is we are egalitarian, which means we gain some more faction influence, we gain more specialist pop resource output. Okay, that's quite nice. We're militarist, which means claim influence cost is reduced and our ships fire a bit faster. And we are spiritualist, which means we have additional unity and edicts are cheaper. Meanwhile, the civics of our nation are we're memorialists, which means we can build the Sanctuary of Repose, which are galactic memorials, which increase stability and governing ethics. We can also colonize Tomb Worlds and Relic Worlds without problem. And we are a distinguished admiralty because we do boat stuff, which gives us even more ship fire rate, admiral level cap is increased, and our fleets have a higher command limit. Our capital is over here in Midgard. We've got the two planetary systems of Jorvik and Gotland very near to us. Then going north, it's mostly just space stations, but going south, we do have an additional 3 areas which are currently being colonized. Dyflin, or Dublin, which is the most recent addition to our realm. And then we've also got Holmgard and Konungard, which have got colony ships en route to them. We have also been building space. What were they called? Star bases around each of those planets. Then we also have the starbase at Trelleborg, which is our primary defensive installation against the Panuri state. The Panuri state being really quite aggressive towards us. They don't particularly like us very much and have not liked us for pretty much the entire game. However, they are a bit of a buffer state between us and the Sandar Raveners. The Sandar Raveners being a devouring swarm. They don't absolutely hate us. Yeah, they do actually absolutely hate us. But so far, these guys have been kind of holding out as, like I said, the buffer. I am wondering if we want to try and conquer the Panuri state to integrate these people into our own realm, and then present a united front against the Sandar Raveners. And that is kind of the way that I'm leaning at the moment. But to do that, we're going to need a lot more influence. So it's a darned good thing that we generate influence a little bit quicker. Meanwhile, we have a science ship down here, which is not currently doing anything. You are one of the anomaly people. So I think we just finished some of the anomalies. We've got another one over here. And we got one here. Why? Oh. Yeah, let's just finish those off. I'm pretty sure that we've done the others nearer to home at this point, except for these two, but that's not actually near to home. To get to this, we have to go all the way around here, even though it's basically just next to us, which actually means that the territories down there are all the way around here, although we have found a bit of a shortcut, which is down this way. But there's basically an impassable mountain range sitting here in the middle, which is just stopping us moving around a bit more quickly. The most delicious devouring swarm there ever was. Popular meal amongst the Gestalt consciousnesses. That's true. The devouring swarm was indeed voted the most delicious species in the galaxy. Not by us, I hasten to add. Probably by themselves. Can we vassalize the Panuri state? That's not actually a half bad idea. Although the downside to vassalizing them is over time I want their ethics to change to ours. If we vassalize them, then I think we still have to deal with their governing ethics. So what would that? That would be declare war. Vassalize. We don't have a vassalization subjugation CB on them. I don't even know how you get one of those. There's no claims available yet because I haven't unpaused. The other thing that we really need to get under control is our Empire Sprawl. It is starting to cost us quite significantly, particularly in terms of technology. And in fact, can we see how strong you are yet? No. We are doing espionage. We have started to spy on these guys to try and get that kind of information, but we haven't got there yet. The other thing we may want to do is prepare sleeper cells in this area, just so we can lock off the 57 intel, and then we can use this spy for something else. Because it's always good to have one envoy available, and then one envoy who's doing the espionage. And we haven't done much aggressive espionage against these guys, so I think that just sleeper selling them is probably a good move. How much does this cost? 6 ducats, which right now we can afford, but again, that's going to get recalculated at the end of this month, I think. You offer it to them, then they reject giving you the CB. Ah, interesting. Oh yes, if refused, grant subjugation CB on the Penuri state for 1 year. Is this a new DLC? Indeed it is, yes. And the other thing was I was renaming these, and I realised after the stream ended that the Amargus system hadn't actually been renamed. So we are building another fortification here, because Trelleborg stops them going north, Amargus will stop them going south. And then at that point, this area is like entirely locked off from us. Newbie to Stellaris, a democracy is the best at generating extra influence because the faction mechanic are most severely mistaken. I wouldn't say that I'm competent enough myself to say, so I don't know. Stellaris is definitely my weakest of the Paradox games, for sure. So yeah, afraid I don't know. Alright, let's... oh no, Amargus. Amargus needs a name. What are we going to call Amargus? I need another fortification. Like Helsingborg, Trelleborg. We didn't call the station or the system anything, did we? No. Is this series going to go up on YouTube? Probably. Haven't decided yet though, but probably. Let's do this. Scandinavian fortifications. Viking wing fortresses, here we go. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. So this is going to be Aggersborg. Aggersborg. Awesome. Whoops, extra space snuck in there. And this is going to be known now as the Aggersborg system. Marvellous. What do I think so far about Nemesis? Honestly, what I've seen so far is very good. I like what I've seen so far, but the real make or break is going to be the mid-game, and we're not there yet. Like, the thing that Nemesis could save in my eyes for Stellaris is the mid-game, which, like, for me, I'll play 12 hours and then I'm done. We have just reached the 8-hour mark, so we're starting to reach that kind of point now. Colinus, thank you very much for the 26-month resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. Thank you. Thanks to Silver Knight for my sub-gift. Hello, Mordred. Hope you're well. Another 26 months. Only the Viking there exists. Do I recommend buying this? I find that a very difficult question to answer. Not because I think that this game is good or bad, but because I now work for Paradox. So what I'm going to do is I will show you what I like and what I dislike as we play, and then it's up to you to make your own decision. And yeah, also, we're too early in the game for me to say. And like, if you've never played Stellaris before and if you're just entering this, it's a very good 4X style sci-fi game, much like Master of Orion or Endless Space. But it does have issues. Do I know if the trade system is still overpowered? I never thought that it was overpowered, so no. In fact, trade in this always seemed underwhelming compared to, like, European Universalis. Even the mega corporations. Like, I really dislike the mega corporations. I don't think they do their job very well.
Anomaly found.
Spy at Master Rashno Lipper reports having lost contact with his operatives on active deployment in Penuri State. No, go find them. A remarkable array of gases are being vented in Skendi. And where exactly is Skendi? Skendi is over... Oh, over here. Okay. Speaking of which... Here's every one of you doing stuff. Yes. And how far away are the colony ships now? Still a couple of systems. Contact confirmed lost. Infiltration network went down even further. Despite our best efforts, we cannot restore contact with our operatives in the Penuri State. Spymaster Rashno Illiper has ordered a review of monitoring procedures for our spy network there. It is possible the Penuri have more sophisticated encryption than we had thought. Meanwhile, Operation Prepare Sleeper Cells will resume at a reduced capacity while we recoup our losses. I think I may actually want to stop that. Cease activity within spy network, allowing spy must be reassigned, while also preventing infiltration level from dropping. Well, infiltration level is now massively below its maximum. It can go all the way up to 60. It's currently 43. So we want to start beefing that up again. Looks like he's going to be stuck there for a while longer.
System survey concluded.
Have I ever played Gary Grigsby's War in the East too? I have not. I know that Helson has. Helson plays it a lot. It seems a little bit too overcomplicated for me. Jackson, thank you very much for the 29-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. 29 months. Where has the time gone? I've lost almost 13 stone in the last 15 or so months. Found your stream and I was probably at my lowest mentally, and your stream helped me massively. So thank you. Keep going. Keep doing you. Jackson, I am really pleased to hear that. Congrats. That's one heck of an achievement. Now I just need to try and emulate that myself. Lockdown has not been good. Especially when you're sitting for 13 hours a day. And then sleeping for the rest. Right, anomaly. Pretty sure those are either to the north or the south. Starhold, excellent. So we've got our upgraded defenses now. We're going to continue excelling at research because that's what we do. Then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start upgrading the likes of Trelleborg to Starhold status, because why not? We have loads of alloys. And in fact, let's just go through this list. Helsingborg, Agensborg, Hongard, Midgard. Let's just upgrade them all. No reason not to. Was it you who once expressed interest in logistics war game? I seem to remember one of the streamers I said something like that a while ago. Maybe? I mean, if it's just about the logistics, probably not that interested, but if there's more to it, but logistics plays a large part, sure. Rivalry. Rak Devourers have now rivaled us. I mean, that was pretty inevitable, to be honest. We may as well rival them back, because this generates us some more influence, which we are going to need to take down the Penuri State. 294 power to our 451, so we are really starting to spiral ahead of them now. And we can build more ships. In fact, we can build destroyers now, and I think that we probably should. So let's get the Mordred shipyard working on a couple of destroyers. Go down to 900 alloys, just so we keep a few in reserve. Having decrypted the signal, Ashiku was astonished to discover it was broadcasting an archaic form of one of the main Norse languages. Speaking in these, thous, and henceforths, it appears that reciting one of the lost works of Rashno Kilter, a renowned Norse playwright who lived some 600 years ago. It appears that the broadcasting device, a simple satellite dish protected by a smaller shelter, is the only non-natural structure on the planet. There's no hint as to who left it there or why, but going by the wear and tear and evidence, it must have been here since shortly after the play was first written, long before the Norse learned the secret of space travel. We can only assume it was left there by some ancient visitors to Earth who took a liking to the play and decided to pay our species a strange and unexpected tribute. Further evidence of the superiority of the Norse race. Gives us 5 years of unity and happiness, or we just gain a bunch of unity and a one-off payment. I think we're egalitarian. We're going to keep the people happy. Did we just find the sagas? We certainly found one of them.
System survey concluded.
Who's this? Oh, mining drones.
Anomalous readings registered.
Okay, you guys are still doing your movement. Midgard. Midgard is unemployment. Oh, okay. Well, food supply at the moment is looking pretty healthy. We have loads of housing, so this is mostly about production jobs. And we're also going to need to start clearing some of these. I'm wondering if I want to build another city. Because we have loads of housing, but where are the jobs going to come from? Commercial zones provides a lot of work. Energy grid would increase the amount of power we generate, although that's only one job. Or we just build another agriculture district, because, as I've mentioned before, this is the heartland of our food production. And as we get these extra colonies up and running, food is going to get a lot shorter. Alright, what are you complaining about? Overcrowding. You need more housing. Well, build a city district then. By all means.
Receiving transmission.
Establish an embassy. Ah, from the Norse entity. Yeah, sure.
Initial colonization phase commencing.
Okay, Holmgard is starting to get colonized. Konungard is about to begin, I believe. Benarik 3A is exceptionally rich in minerals. Minerals that are, unfortunately, of no use to us. However, Science Officer Ishiku believes that many elements of the crust of Benarik 3A can be transformed into potentially more useful forms through position bombardment. The Samuel requests that the Vinlandic Colonies set aside 100 energies for the purposes of this project. Very well. Ready the positron charges. Boom.
Situation log updated.
And we have a ruined world. Massive, dilapidated structures cover the entire surface of this world. At one time, this city planet must have been home to billions, but now it is empty. Whoever lived here must have left clues about what happened to them, but finding them will require a detailed examination of the surface. Intriguing. Begin digging. And we have a free construction ship. I mean, you basically just need to keep on going north. And just keep taking territory, although this is going to cost me influence. We have a new ruler. Marshal has taken over. We have elected Grand Marshal, previously the Admiral of the 1st Kellinstar fleet, to become the next ruler. National purity. Xenophobe, ethics attraction, and monthly influence. Okay. Norse entity are indeed the parent
Project concluded.
nation. And the hilarious thing is they're a hive mind. We broke free from the hive mind. That's who we are. Don't ask me how, but we have. Alright, seriously, I feel like the microphone keeps peaking. Is the audio peaking? Like, I see it going into the red constantly. And please be honest about this, because this is very hard for me to troubleshoot, because I can't hear it. Because usually my audio sits kind of in the yellow. Might have been that I just had the microphone turned the wrong way. But there, it just peaked again. I am talking some more. Hello, hello, hello. Audio seems fine. Haven't heard anything. Seems fine. Okay. I mean, peaking is basically when it, like, goes above the allowed frequencies and kind of... sounds bad. Like, it's if you're wearing headphones, it's especially noticeable. Seems normal. Okay. Right. Where shall we go? Oh, you know what you were doing? You were just building regular, old mining and research stations. We're going to slow down the Starbase expansion for a little bit.
Initial colonization phase commencing.
Alright, more colonies are coming in. That's awesome. The Samuel, you are a anomaly ship. You're not an exploration one. Oh, you can do that research project. Please do. Seeing as I spent the money for it. The measured pounding observed from orbit is in motion of immense and ancient geothermal extractors, breathing their last. Built and then abandoned at some point in the distant past, the vast batteries of disintegrating machinery have kept on pumping superheated fluids from the planet's core ever since. Their storage capacitors are all broken or leaking, but some energy can still be siphoned from them. Cool. That's 1,000. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Survey concluded.
Surveys are still ongoing.
Special project concluded.
Rock potential. The crew of the Samuel are pleased to report the experiment was a success, and a significant number of dense mineral veins on Banarak 3 have been transmuted into usable resources. Ooh, that's quite a big boost. Sweet. And somebody just died. Oh, just after he gets voted out of office, Master Thief dies. Speaking of which, we now need a new admiral for the Kellen Star fleet. I mean, ship weapon range is always nice. We'll hire you. And then I need to open up the Excel spreadsheet so I can see if this spreadsheet is going to open on the right side. It is. Good. Subscriber list. Open. Mr. McNasty, the new admiral. That's a great name for a war fleet. Nice. I approve. Oops, why is this not working? There we go. I don't think he died of his natural causes. Knowing you, Marshall? No, probably not. Alright, so if we got our fleets now to move down towards Trelleborg, does this still keep us in positive energy? Yes, it does. Excellent. Oh, except for the fact that we're still building the destroyers. Hold your horses. Let's finish the destroyers off before we do this.
Construction project concluded.
And you are in charge of checking out anomalies. There's actually another planet over here, another Alpine. Interesting. And this is another dead end. Man, this system is just riddled with dead ends. Alright, you get those anomalies done. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into stable orbit around both R1A. The massive engine, sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, though they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but the operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they began. When is time for war? When it's wartime.
Construction project concluded.
Bunkerbot, we have traced the unusual electromagnetic radiation emanating from Balthor 2A to be a secret subterranean bunker hiding a megacomputer the size of a battleship. Our researchers suspect that it's been there for several thousand years, hard at work solving a single, very complex problem, the nature of which still eludes us. When the crew attempted to interact with the computer, they discovered the facility, which had appeared both abandoned and unguarded, was in fact operated by a security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be frying its visitors alive. As the crew defeated the AI, it broadcasted a message to an unknown recipient. Scrap the megacomputer. Use it to boost our own research. Or let it continue its own calculations. Oh, I don't know about this. That's an interesting decision. What shall we do here? Let's go open a poll. New poll. Let's keep you on from that side. So, bunker bot. We got scrap it. Steal it. Or leave it. Three options. Scrap it, steal it, or leave it. You have 1 minute to decide. Go. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. The setting is giving me some Stargate vibes. There was a planet inhabited by the primitive Norse people that SG-1 encountered. Humans being host to brainworms and the Norse gods being the grey aliens. True, yeah, Asgard. The Asgardians were awesome. I like the Asgardians. In fact, there was very little about Stargate I didn't like. Stargate is pretty awesome. Don't like how Stargate Universe ended. Well, I'm talking about SG-1. I didn't really watch any of the others. I watched a little bit of Atlantis and didn't like it as much, but I started watching it right after binging the entirety of SG-1, so I feel like I was probably just burned out as opposed to it being bad. Sneaky Alfonso, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Alright, well, Swift Train, thank you very much for the 1000 channel point investment. Appreciate that. And this was very overwhelming. So 12% of you said scrap it, 28% said steal it, and 60% said leave it. So we're going to leave it. We'd better not disturb it. Whatever the problem the computer is trying to solve, it seems important. Okay, you are an anomaly ship. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I think we've actually very nearly finished all of the anomalies. Oh, that's a tundra world. We could totally colonize that. Not as good as an alpine one, but it's not bad. Huh. Well, in that case, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and establish a starbase here. And I guess we'll have Midgard. Oops, not construction ship. Prepare another colony ship. We need consumer goods. We are currently not getting any. You would need more industry for the industrial district.